To start this week together with a TND exclusive, a classified investigation into the origin of COVID-19 and some surprising findings by top U.S. scientists. This existence of this report previously undisclosed until now. The National Desk's James Rosen joins us this morning. And James, you broke the story wide open. What did you find?
Jan, good morning. With COVID-19 still raging in various parts of the world and far from vanquished here in the United States, identifying the origin of this devastating virus remains of paramount concern to scientists across the globe. Our story this morning concerns an effort by some of the most highly qualified scientists who work for the federal government to pinpoint the origin of COVID-19 and the reactions that their classified report provoked across the national security apparatus. On May 27 of last year, scientists at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory in California, the Department of Energy's premier biodefense research institution, produced a report classified at the top secret level that assessed as plausible the theory that COVID-19 originated in a Chinese laboratory. That's according to multiple officials who have either seen the report or been briefed on its contents and described them to Sinclair. Justin Jacobs is a China scholar at American University and author of Compensations of Plunder, How China Lost Its Treasures.
There is going to be no way to prove this beyond a reasonable doubt, but it does seem to confirm that high-level U.S. intelligence suggests that this is, at least at a minimum, a plausible scenario that should not be dismissed out of hand.
Indeed, the Livermore report was produced by Z Division, the lab's intelligence unit. Livermore spokesperson Linda Seaver confirmed the report's existence, telling Sinclair in an email, "Because the report you are referring to is classified, it would be inappropriate for our lab to discuss this."
Chairman Schiff.
At the House Intelligence Committee 2 weeks ago, the Director of National Intelligence said the U.S. is still examining, quote, two plausible theories.
One of them is that it was a laboratory accident, and the other is that it emerged naturally from human contact with infected animals.
We're looking at exactly where it came from.
A year ago, when the Z Division study was still a work in progress, President Trump aligned himself firmly with the lab origin theory.
Have you seen anything at this point that gives you a high degree of confidence that the Wuhan Institute of Virology was the origin of this virus?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
And what gives you a high degree of confidence that this originated from the Wuhan Institute of Virology?
I can't tell you that. I'm not allowed to tell you that.
In January, the State Department declassified intelligence suggesting that the Wuhan Institute of Virology, located in the central Chinese city where the outbreak began, has been experimenting with other bat coronaviruses in close cooperation with the Chinese military. The People's Liberation Army, or PLA, is widely believed to have an advanced biological and chemical weapons research program. The Washington Post reported that State Department officials who visited the lab in 2018 cabled back to Washington that they had observed poor safety protocols there. The dual use of China's experiments with coronaviruses has in turn divided proponents of the lab origin theory into two main camps. Both camps believe COVID-19 accidentally leaked from WIV personnel, but one camp attributes the accident to legitimate medical research, the other to prohibited biological weapons research. China denies the virus somehow leaked from one of its biotech labs. Instead, Beijing suggests, in tandem with the World Health Organization, whose on-site probe and final report were tightly controlled by the government of Xi Jinping, that a zoonotic theory is likeliest. This theory holds the virus leaped from a bat to a human or went through an intermediate host, such as another animal, at one of the so-called wet food markets in Wuhan, where many early cases were traced. The joint WHO-China team, however, acknowledged it could find no intermediate host.
Dozens of thousands of animals were tested and all negative.
Asked about the Z Division report, Republican Congressman Michael McCall of Texas, ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee, declined to comment on classified material, but said in a statement to Sinclair, "This is why it's crucial the WHO conduct an independent investigation, not one that is tainted by the Chinese Communist Party's malign influence," unquote. Jan?
James, I got to ask you about this unit from the Lawrence Livermore Laboratory that produced this top secret report. The Z Division It sounds like something out of the X-Files. Tell us more about this office.
Well, yes, the Z Division, as we mentioned in the report, is the intelligence unit of Lawrence Livermore. Its name is unfamiliar to most Americans and indeed even to many inside the U.S. intelligence community. The unit was created in 1965, chiefly to study Soviet nuclear programs. In more recent years, according to experts that we consulted, Z Division has expanded its focus to include the study of biological and chemical warfare programs in other countries, and how to develop vaccines and other defenses against them, Jan.
All right, Sinclair investigative reporter James Rosen with a bombshell story this Monday morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.